Hi, it's Deborah Poneman, founder of Yes to Success Seminars, where we share knowledge and tools for you to live your ultimate life. Now, for those of you who are new to Success Saturdays, I want to let you know that one of the recurring themes that you will, in fact, hear very often is that our words and our thoughts not only create our reality, but can actually move matter. In fact, I've shared more than a few times about my near-death experience and how in that space between life and death, I saw words coming out of the mouths of the nurses and the doctors that actually went into my body and shifted my body from weakness to strength and back to weakness. When the nurse spoke positive words of my good health, I saw light entering my body and strength in every cell. And then when the doctor spoke concerned that I would maybe not live, I saw his words come out of his mouth, enter my body, and completely drain my life force away. And if you've seen the movie What the Bleep, you'll know that science has actually confirmed the power of our words and our thoughts, and that if we think of and we see the world as a fearful place, we infuse fear into the very fabric of creation and increase the vibration of fear for everyone. But if we see the world as a loving place, and if you look at the world with the intention to find it, you can always find the love. Well, then we infuse that love into the fabric of creation and contribute to a more kind and peaceful and loving world. So I recommend that at this delicate time in creation, we become aware of the power of our words and our thoughts, the ones that flow from us. And instead of sitting around and talking about how terrible everything is and it's only going to get worse, talk about the world that you want to see. Talk about a world in which people are loving and kind and there's unity and acceptance, a world where we have compassion, even for people who are misguided because they feel powerless or their egos are threatened. Now, I'm not going to tell you that if you do that, the people who think, for example, that the path to a better world is to cause chaos and harm, that they're suddenly going to hold hands and all sing kumbaya. But what we put our attention on grows not only in our own lives, but also we give it energy. That's the law of attraction 101. Why would you think it doesn't apply here? Now, again, this doesn't just mean that we hide our heads in the sand and act like we're in the middle of Camelot, but envisioning Camelot will do a lot more for your own happiness and peace of mind and for the future direction of our world than continually putting your attention on what's wrong and the chaos and the hate, which is what you're doing when you talk about it. You know, my friend Marcia, I have many friends named Marcia, but one of my friends and cousins, but one of my friends named Marcia forwarded me a message about this from the angelic realm. And it was channeled through a wonderful angel communicator named Ann Albers. You've probably heard of her. She's written numerous books. She wrote Love Letters from the Angels and Whispers from Spirit or the Spirit. Anyway, and this is what Marcia shared with me from Ann. It goes like this. You will not assist your world by joining in the chaos. You will not assist your world by any stance of righteousness, judgment, or superiority. You will not assist your world by trying to force light into anyone else's darkness. Instead, be the light, be the love, be the peacekeeper, be the one who gets up in the morning and appreciates your pillow for cradling your head. Love the soap and the water in your shower. Love your breakfast. Give thanks for your home. Give thanks for your family. Pet your dog. Praise your children. Appreciate your partner. Then pray, dear ones, for all human hearts to be uplifted. Pray for the hurting to be soothed. Pray for the fearful to feel God's love. Pray for yourself to be at peace. When you look at someone, imagine the spark of light in their hearts growing brighter and brighter until you imagine them glowing with light. Telepathically whisper to each soul you see, whether in your physical presence or in the media, you are loved. Do this for all souls, not just the ones you agree with, for all, regardless of their beliefs or their behaviors, as we are all sourced from the very same light. And as you silently bear witness to their inner light, you help others remember who they are. As you telepathically whisper to souls, you send a vibrational wave of love to them, which their soul will energetically interpret and feel. Your emanation of love might be the one that calms the hurting heart of a person who is about to become violent. Your telepathic whisper might be the one that soothes a soul who is in such pain that they were preparing to exit the planet by their own hand. Your love might be a wave of peace that lifts a spirit before they fall into the depths of despair and resignation. You may never meet these souls. You may never know them. Nonetheless, in the depth of your shared essence, you are connected and your love matters. Beautiful, huh? And really, how do you know that what's going on right now, especially in the political arena, and I'm thinking of in the US, as unsettling as it seems on the surface, how do you know it's not leading our country to new and glorious heights? Because this purification has to take place to make way for the light. You know, the proverbial darkness before the dawn. Someone after one of my previous Success Saturdays asked me, how can I possibly look at the good when not only is the country falling apart at the seams politically, but people are still losing their jobs and can't feed their families and dying of COVID. And it always reminds me of the famous quote from Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich, who said, every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries within it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Know the truth of this. It has to be a blessing, even if it doesn't feel like it, or it wouldn't be happening, because the nature of life is always to move towards more and more. I know it doesn't feel like it sometimes, even in my own life, but I trust that that's the truth. As the great Byron Katie, founder of the work, says, everything happens for you, not to you. You don't have to like it. It's just easier if you do. I also remember a woman in one of my Yes to Success programs several years ago who lost her job at a nonprofit that downsized, and she was devastated. I mean, this was her dream job, and she was despondent. And fortunately, she had the Yes to Success community to pull her through, but she tried and tried and tried to get another job in her field, and it just wasn't happening. So as a last resort, she just decided to start her own little nonprofit in the same area. I think it was actually for special needs kids. And within a few years, it just exploded. And she was making 3 times the salary and having 100 times the impact. I mean, it just dwarfed the impact that the first nonprofit was making. But remember, it might not happen in your timing, but it will happen in perfect timing. It's impossible to judge any moment or event because we can't know the ultimate outcomes. You know, sometimes something that is seemingly tragic leads to unknown blessings, and other times our best moments are followed or result in trauma. We just don't know what's next. So during the good times, give thanks. During the painful times, give thanks, and always know that this too shall pass. And it always does. So hang in there, my friends. And by the way, I have a Yes to Success 10-week course coming up really soon. So go to yes2success.com and you'll see the details there. And like I say, just give thanks for it all. When we give thanks, the good will reveal itself more quickly. And I invite you to use the power of your attention to see a glorious future for our planet. Just a future filled with grace and unity and loving compassion for all. And that way you will be contributing to heaven on earth. Hope to see you at Yes to Success.